Coral reefs are the oldest and most productive ecosystem on the planet, and they may disappear forever if we do not change our ways. Remember that all corals belong to the animal kingdom. What you see here was built by animals smaller than the tip of your finger. Corals build living structures that create homes for all kinds of animals. It takes hundreds or thousands of years to build a coral metropolis. For coral reefs to develop, the delicate polyps must flourish, and this requires several critical factors such as water temperature, movement, salinity, clarity, and a firm base for attachment. The water temperature must be between 21 and 29 degrees Celsius for the reef-building colonies to grow. Water movement sustains life by refreshing the supply of planktonic food and oxygen. So, every time you breathe, some of the oxygen that goes into your lungs comes from the barrier reef. Water clarity is also important because it allows the passage of light, which is essential for the growth of this plant, called zooxanthellae. This plant grows on coral polyps tissue and helps produce coral skeletons. Therefore, do not use suntan cream or lotion since everything ends up in the sea, affecting the passage of light to the coral. If you go to the beach, better wear a shirt with UV protection. Reduced water clarity limits the polyps' ability to feed by literally choking them. Here I am scratching the algae to see the coral base. Can you see its reddish color? The base on which the corals are planted is called coralline and is made of calcareous stone. It is reddish and must be free of algae so that the coral can be planted and grow. Here we see that there are algae around the coral, and it does not allow it to grow. If we remove those algae, we can see that the base is coralline. Now that you know the importance of these little animals, I am going to show you one of the different ways to plant coral. Sometimes the strong waves rip off pieces of coral. On occasions, the kicks of divers or people who are snorkeling break pieces of coral. Many times, those pieces are still alive and must be attached to a firm base before they completely die. With an epoxy solution which feels like clay, it is how we attach the pieces of coral to the ground. We take the piece of coral from the dead end or white area so we do not damage the part that is still alive with our bacteria and place it in the epoxy solution. Some final touches and ta-da! There are quite a few coral planting projects around the world. We did this in Cozumel. If you are interested in knowing more or even planting coral, let me know in the comments below.